Hey, this is Kelly Raspberry, and I am thrilled to be joined today by Dr. Dennis Black to talk about his new book. If you've heard me anytime at all here on the show, we talk about Dr. Dennis Black and how Ruff Greens has just changed not only my dog's life, but my life. My dog, Larry, my problem child, as we like to call him, and his chronic skin issues. We searched for answers. I would literally make it a matter of prayer. And I would pray to God, just please help me figure out how to help my dog, Larry, who had chronic skin issues. It was awful. I would cry looking at his belly. And now, thanks to finding Dr. Dennis Black and Ruff Greens, Larry's belly is completely clear. He's acting like a puppy again. I was so excited. So, Dr. Black, I'm really excited, especially to talk to you today, because you've taken all the knowledge that you've shared with me privately, and you've put it into a book, an Amazon bestsellers book, by the way.
One bestseller.
Well, congratulations on that. It's called A Natural Path to Pet Health, How to Save Thousands on Pet Food and Vet Bills. So, Dr. Black, why don't you just tell us really quickly, just for those who aren't familiar, what made you start creating the Ruff Greens line of products?
As you know, Kelly, we have a line of human products called Texas Superfood.
Yes.
And we helped hundreds of thousands of people, get their health back. They were the ones that kept emailing us and calling us and saying, hey, have you got anything for my pet? Because pets were getting sick at the same rate as their owners. And so, I just took a look at the pet food industry, and I realized very quickly it didn't take rocket science to figure out what's wrong. What's wrong is all of the pet food is cooked to death, and there's no live nutrients in it. And unfortunately, dogs are not carnivores. They're omnivores like we are, and they need probiotics and enzymes and omega oils and antioxidants and live vitamins, just like we do. What we created was a supplement that you add to your dog's food, and we like to say that Ruff Greens makes any dog food better. It doesn't matter what you feed them. If you add a scoop of Ruff Greens, they will get better.
Well, Larry is living proof of that, and it took a few months. You have to be dedicated to it because everybody wants a quick fix, right, Dr. Black?
The reality is, Kelly, that nobody gets sick overnight.
Right.
And you're not going to get well overnight. Your dog has eaten kibble for years and years, and then you want a quick fix in 30 days. Well, no, it kind of takes a little time. But what we tell people is, in 90 days, we'll have your dog significantly better. In 180 days, we'll have the dog almost totally better.
Larry's living proof of that. It's really been miraculous because, me, I'm in that hurry up, I want results generation. And I sent Dr. Black a video of Larry's belly. I was like, I'm really worried. I'm not really seeing improvement. And he just said, hang in there, hang with me. And I did. And I'm so glad I did. And Dr. Black, this book, which I've read about halfway through, I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to read the entire thing yet. But some of the things that, we haven't talked about, in addition to the reason why we need to keep our pets healthy, it's very important. I never realized how important it was to keep their weight under control, and you really stress that in the book.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing for humans, right? I mean, how many really old, like 90 to 100-year-old people do you see, that are 50 pounds, 100 pounds overweight? You just don't, because weight is the number one indicator of your health. And it's the same thing with your dog. They need proper diet, proper nutrition, but they also need plenty of exercise.
But just like with humans, like when somebody's trying to lose weight, it's more about the food you're putting in your body. The exercise part is important, but it's really about more what you're putting into your mouth and into your gut, right?
The simple solution to weight loss is eat less, move more. It's an easy formula. It's been around forever. People don't like it because it requires some discipline and some work.
And I thought it was also very interesting when you were talking about, I know you personally make all your pets' own food, right? That's why this book is filled with recipes for that.
Because making your dog food at home is easy, it's cheap. You literally can make it for pennies on the dollar compared to what you buy at the store. If you shop smart, you can really create some amazing recipes for your dogs. And the other thing is, how would you like it if you had to eat the exact same thing every day, 2 times a day, you eat the exact same meal? You'd be like, get me out of this hell.
Yeah.
Dogs are the same way. They don't like eating the same thing every day. So what we do is we make a batch of one thing, and then next week we make a batch of something else. What we do is to just mix it up. We freeze it, put it in the freezer, but all the directions are in the book. A Natural Path to Pet Health, I think there's over 35 recipes in there. And then once you master those recipes, feel free to go create your own.
I like the idea of a raw, I believe you called it a raw diet where they eat the bones and things like that. But I also like the convenience of like kibble. And you said it's possible to do a hybrid diet like that for your pets.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And it depends on the size of your dog, right? If you've got a little 5-pound teacup, whatever, they won't eat nearly as much as, a German Shepherd or, a Malamute or something like that. So you have to kind of adjust it. But the reality is you can take just a little bit of kibble and then make some other food, read the book, make a recipe, and then make some half and half. It's easy, it's quick, and as long as you put the appropriate amount of Ruff Greens in their food, your dog's going to get better. Their breath is going to be better. Their joints are going to be better. Their scratching's going to be better. They're just going to be better all the way around, and they're going to live longer. And
it was really interesting. You were talking about there's some really cute pictures of dogs in here, one of them gnawing on a bone, and it is a raw bone. And I was reading that it was important that they have to be raw and not cooked.
The problem with cooked bones is they splinter really easy, and then those splinters can get stuck in their throat, choke them. The other thing is, those rawhide bones that they tie in knots, and it looks like a bone, but it's really just rawhide?
Yes.
Those things, plus pig ears, are the number one non-medical killer of dogs every year.
Oh.
Because dogs chew off the end of the bone, and then they swallow it whole, and it gets stuck in their esophagus, and you're gone to work, and you come home and find your dog sprawled out on the living room floor. So we created a product called Ruff Chews. They're made from organic rawhide, but they're minced. So as the dog chews them, it cleans their teeth, but then as soon as they break it apart a little bit, it just falls completely apart, so there's no way they could choke on it.
Our dogs love those chews. And I'll tell you, every time I would go into the vet, they would always try to guilt you into getting their teeth cleaned and putting them under anesthesia, and I didn't want to do that. And by using these kind of healthier treats, that kind of, and in addition to, brushing your dog's teeth every week, that's enough. You don't have to do that right at the vets.
You don't need to have the dog put to sleep so that you can clean their teeth like human teeth. As long as you feed them Ruff Chews, just give them 1 Ruff Chews a day. That pretty much takes care of it.
I love that. Well, reading the book, when I talk about your products on the radio and on podcasts, that I'm specifically talking about the Ruff Greens that you sprinkle over the dog's food. But there's so many other products that you offer in the Ruff Greens family. Can you go over some of your favorites?
So the Ruff Chews are probably the number one bestseller besides Ruff Greens. We also have Meow Greens for cats. So any of your listeners that have cats, they can go on to ruffgreens.com and click on cat, and it'll show them the Meow Greens. That's probably our number 2 bestseller. But we have some new products coming out. We have a line of shampoos called Ruff Naturals for dogs like Larry, and some skincare cream to take care of any sores or bites or things like that. We also have a new product coming out in the spring called Ruff H2O. And it's like a sports drink for dogs. So you go for a run and you take your dog with you. You come home, you drink some kind of a sports drink to replenish your electrolytes, and you give your dog a bowl of water. But the dog lost electrolytes too. So what we do is we make a sports drink for dogs. It's called Ruff H2O.
I want all of it, Dr. Black. No,
all
truly.
Right. We'll make sure you get some.
With Larry and his sensitive skin issues, when the Ruff Greens has made such a difference, but when the groomer comes and I give her what I think is a mild shampoo or whatever, he still has a temporary reaction to it. I'm really curious about your line of shampoos.
Well, the shampoos come in 2 different strengths. One is for normal dogs with no skin issues, and the other one is the emergency canine care for dogs like Larry.
Yeah.
Not only will it not make the skin react, but it'll actually calm down any reaction that they've had prior to shampooing.
I'm ordering a case of it. Now, when you did mention about the Ruff Greens for cats. If you are a cat owner, you're like, Kelly, I don't have a dog. There is a whole section in your book, A Natural Path to Pet Health, that does cover cats and the care of them as well.
There's 85 million dog owners in America and 75 million cat owners.
Yeah.
So that's why half of the book is for cats and the other half is for dogs.
I know it's really cute to see a big fat cat and a big fat dog, but that's not cute when it comes to their longevity. And if you want your dogs to live longer and happier, healthier lives, your cats as well, ruffgreens.com is the best place to go. This book is such a wonderful resource of information when it comes to, and I did have one more quick question before I let you go, Dr. Black, because I'm being selfish with my time with you. When you see all these raw meats and organs and things like that, can you just go down to the local butcher? Where do you get these? The butcher shop? Do they keep supply of these bones and things for people that want to feed them to their pets?
You can buy butcher bones from the butcher, and they'll usually sell them to you in a big plastic bag. Usually you want beef bones. Those are the easiest for dogs.
Okay.
And they'll chew on the whole bone all day long, just trying to get to the marrow in the middle part.
Okay.
And so they'll sell you a bag of bones, and usually they're like 20 or 25 cents a pound for those bones. They're not much.
Oh, yeah, no.
And then organ meat, like heart and liver and those kind of things, you can usually pick those up. If you can't find them at your local grocery store, you can find them at a butcher shop.
That was my own personal question, because I love to treat my dogs, and I do. And I know over-treating is a bad thing, but treating them the right way in the right amounts, it's good for them and good for me, and makes me feel like a good dog mom.
Well, so there's a really strong evidence for why you should give your dog liver because of all the wonderful qualities that are in liver, and it just so helps your dog build their immune system and ward off illness and disease. For people who really don't like liver and they don't want to cut it up and cook it just for the dog, we sell a freeze-dried liver called Tidbits at Ruff Greens.
Yes.
And all you do is just put a little bit of it in a bowl of warm water and let it reconstitute a little bit, and then mix it in with their food. Dogs will do backflips to get Tidbits.
And you can also give it to them as a little treat, dry as well?
As a treat, yes. And cats love it too. Yeah.
Oh, great. I have some that I just give them as little treats when we were doing trimming their hair or something to reward them. But maybe I'll try adding it. I didn't think about soaking it in water. That's a great idea. Well, there's so many helpful recipes if you want to try going this path. I know my mom, she makes all the food for her dog. I'm not sure she's doing it the right way, so I'm absolutely going to give her a copy of this book. If that's something that you're interested, or if you just want more information about how to get your dog happy and healthy, because, we want our dogs to live forever. Intelligently, we know that's not possible, but we want them here as long as possible, as healthy as possible. And Dr. Dennis Black has created a way for that to happen with Ruff Greens and his new book, his Amazon bestseller, A Natural Path to Pet Health, How to Save Thousands on Pet Food and Vet Bills. Dr. Black, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say in closing before I let you go?
I need to see an updated picture of Larry. That's it.
I will. I will take a picture. I sent you a video of his scaly, bleeding belly. I'm going to send you a new video of his little cute little clean belly now. I promise. I'll do that ASAP.
All right, great.
Thanks, Dr. Black. Thank you. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.
Yep.
Bye-bye.